Zips Women's Basketball with head coach Jodi Kest. Coming up in this edition, we look back at the road trip to Cincinnati, take a look at this year's signing class, and preview the upcoming match against the Rochester Warriors. All this and more coming up. Hi everyone, welcome. I'm your host, Chrissy Prebonick. Coach, you expect an athletic game against Cincinnati. However, you guys hit a road bump, falling 86-70. What are your thoughts coming off this game?
Well, give Cincinnati credit. They made shots. We played a zone, and we forced them to make tough outside shots, and they shot over 50%. So at times I thought our defense was solid. We had a few breakdowns. But after watching tape, I really give credit more to Cincinnati than things that we did poorly. Obviously, we started off really not strong, being down 19-3, but I don't think we ever panicked, and we went down into halftime only being down by 6. But little things like offensive rebounds hurt us. They had 10 to our 3. We turned the ball over at crucial times when we had a chance to lower the lead from 8 to 6, I think, on 2 occasions, and we turned the ball over. So I think that our kids learned that they can come back, which was positive.
Yeah.
And we just need to be a little bit tougher. And so I thought today's practice was really strong. We were a little bit more competitive and a lot more tougher. And so we as coaches have to do a better job in practice of putting them in those situations more.
Why do you think these road games have been such a challenge for your team?
Well, I think anytime that you play home, you win 85%.
Okay.
So great teams win on the road, and right now we're not a great team. And we played really good competition. So, we played Dayton, who was top 25 in the country, Wright State, who just upset North Carolina State, who will be number 1 or 2 probably in their conference, Cal, San Luis Obispo, they're picked number 1. Cincinnati just beat Ohio State, so it hasn't been an easy schedule.
Yeah.
The one loss to UC Davis, I thought that was heartbreaking, but we did beat Canisius, so our kids are capable. We've always done well on the road, but I think partly it's the schedule and just partly because you got to be a little bit more focused on the road and you got to be mentally tougher. You're not going to get calls. Things aren't going to go right sometimes, and that's why the great teams win on the road, and we're not a great team right now, but we will be a great team.
So after the Cincinnati game, what are some of the biggest things that you're focusing on this week in practice?
Just competing. Every drill we did today was about competition. Like, who wants to compete, who wants to fight.
When we come back, Coach and I will talk about her 5 new Zips.
Zips fans, register today for the new and improved Rewards program. Earn points and prizes for interacting with the Zips on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and more. Registration is free and easy, and you could win tons of great prizes. Visit zipsrewards.com today to begin collecting points.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Zips Women's Basketball with head coach Jodi Kest. I'm your host, Chrissy Prebonick. Coach, back in November you announced 5 new Zips, Allie, Greta, Megan, Carrie, and Lauren. What do each of these individual athletes bring to the Zips basketball?
Well, we're really happy, with our recruiting class. All the coaches did a great job, and, Coach Jackson, who's in charge of recruiting, did a phenomenal job. We've been working on those young ladies for many years. Megan is a combo guard. She can play the 2, she can play the 3, very athletic, can score from the outside, can score from driving. She had a great summer last year, and so we're really pleased with her. Allie Ball, she's out of St. Louis, real good runner. So that's somebody that we needed to fit our system.
Yeah.
From rim to rim, she gets there as quickly as anybody. She can shoot the 3, very competitive, hates to lose. Carrie McMahon out of Michigan plays the point guard as well as the 2, a taller point guard, 5'9", not as quick as fast, say, as Casey or Scipio, but great 15-foot jump shot, makes great decisions. She's a gym rat. She coaches, I think, a 5th or 6th grade team right now, and they're undefeated. So, she'll be a coach one day. So it's really nice to have your point guard on the floor who's an extension of you. Lauren Hung is a phenomenal shooter out of Michigan. She's worked really hard this past year of improving her drives to the basket. At one point, she was one-dimensional kind of player where all she was concerned about was shooting 3s. But I think her defense is getting better, and she's better at taking the ball to the basket and pull up jump shots. And I'm missing one, Greta. Is from the outside Cleveland area. She's a bruiser. She reminds me a lot of Senna King. Not the fastest kid in the world, but just works extremely hard, set good screens. She's working on the 3-point shot. It's not her specialty right now. Obviously, in high school, they have to play where they need to play, to win in high school. And so she plays the 5 and doesn't get that many opportunities probably to shoot the 3. In our system, we would like for her to shoot the 3. And she's got herself in great shape. And she's just a great kid that just works really hard, and she has so much upside.
As a whole, how will these 5 fit Akron basketball?
Well, I hope they fit, our system, and we lose, 6 seniors with Cincinnati coming back and being a great leader for us next year. So, we're expecting them to compete. They have a great opportunity to play because we lose so many people. It kind of depends upon how the freshmen this year and the sophomores this year grow and how competitive they are next year when they come in. But it's a really good recruiting class, and we're really happy with them.
I'm excited.
Me too.
Allie, Greta, Carrie, Megan, and Lauren make up the early signing class for next season. When we come back, Coach and I will preview the upcoming game.
Even the smallest Zip can be a part of the team by joining Zippy's Kids Club. It's the coolest club around for kids 12 and under. Zippy's Kids Club is presented by North Akron Savings Bank. For more information, visit gozips.com/Zippy's Kids Club.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Zips Women's Basketball with Head Coach Jodi Kest. I'm your host, Chrissy Prebonick. Coach, we open up a 4-game homestand for you against Rochester College starting Friday night. And the interesting thing about Rochester College is they're 1-6 on the road. So what are your expectations for this game?
Well, that's a good thing because we've won the last 9 games at home, and we do play very well at home. This game, we're looking for a lot of things in this game. It's not about Rochester. It's just about us. We got to get our young kids on the court, give them valuable minutes, different combinations. Our kids need to be a little bit more hungrier than they were on the road the other night. And so, this game's not about Rochester. We're going to do what we normally do. I can't control what Rochester does or doesn't do. We're just going to play our system. But I expect our kids to be more hungrier, better job rebounding, better job defensively, better job paying a little bit more closer to details of the scouting report, which we'll go over tomorrow. But it's about us. And then the kids will have a 5-day vacation. For us, I've always believed in giving the kids at least 4 or 5 days to go home. A lot of Division I coaches, they play up until the 22nd, 23rd. They only get maybe 2 days off. I've always found that with young ladies, they need to go home and they need to go spend time with their family. And we're more productive when they come back, knowing that we only have 3 days to get ready for a team. But I know that our kids are going to go home during that stretch, and they're going to stay in great shape, and they've done that for me. Because I've always told them, if you go home and you come back in bad shape, and I got to get you into shape, then we're going to lose those early games in the MAC, and then I'm not going to allow you to go home anymore, and that's not good for you. And I know some teams, when you have those kids go home for only 1 or 2 days and they come back, they don't want to be there, and the practices aren't going to be very good, and I want to have productive practices. So I've always trusted our kids. They've done a good job of going home and taking care of business, but at the same time spending quality time with their friends and family, and then get ready for Youngstown State, and then MAC play with Ball State and Central Michigan coming into James Arena.
You mentioned the break. What are your plans for the holidays? Where can we find Coach Kest?
Coaches, actually James A. Rhodes Arena. Coaches, we don't have break. I know that I'll be on the road every night that we can until the NC2A says that we can't go on the road. And I allow some of my coaches to go home a little bit earlier, especially the coaches like Coach Box. His family is still living in St. Louis, and so for him, he needs to go home and spend some quality time with them. And Ayla, she lives in Louisiana, so it's important that she gets home. So my family, they're in Florida, so for me, I just want to recruit and help our program out as much as possible. And I'll spend time with my family on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and then get ready to work. No different than most coaches in the country in Division I, so I'm not doing anything different than they do.
Well, happy holidays to you.
Well, thank you.
The Zips begin their 4-game homestand Friday, December 20th, as Rochester College travels to James A. Rhodes Arena for the tip-off scheduled at 7 p.m. The contest has been designated We Back Pat game to raise money for the Pat Summit Foundation. The Zips will return to action Sunday, December 29th at 2 p.m. as they will play host to Youngstown State for their last non-conference match. For ticket information, call 1-888-99-AKRON or visit zipstickets.com. For Head Coach Jodi Kest, I'm your host, Chrissy Prebonick with GoZips.com. Happy holidays, and we'll see you guys next time.